language. So, how many of y'all know about code switching? I'm like educating folks tonight. Code switching. Code switching?
Yeah.
So code switching, basically, it's like changing the way you talk to fit into a certain situation. So then a lot of times people say, like, if a person has a certain vernacular from wherever they grew up or whatever, then they switch it up and they call it code switching. So where I grew up, I told you I grew up in Virginia, but my mom and my grandmother were English teachers. So I spoke what we call proper grammar, right? So when I moved to my neighborhood, people thought they said I talked white. You ever heard that?
Yeah.
They said, why are you talking white? I said, I don't talk white. Well, back then I said, actually, I do not talk white. I don't know what you mean. I was like, whatever do you mean, sir? And they were like, no man, you talk like a white person. And I was like, no, I talk like my mother. And they were like, what? You're black? You're Mexican and black? I said, no. Whatever do you mean? This is preposterous. You know? And I will take my briefcase and go. So, I'm not bullshitting. Because my mom, she is an interesting character. So she decided, she told me my granddad, he always wanted a job where he could wear a suit and carry a briefcase. But he worked at the shipyard. So what he would do is he'd get a briefcase, and he put his overalls in the briefcase, and he'd wear a suit to work. And he would wear it to work, then he would put on his overalls, then he would leave and come home, so that's how he had to do it. So my mom decided that was going to be, because she decided, you look like my daddy. I named you after your daddy. So you're going to go to school, you're going to wear a suit, and carry a briefcase in the hood. And you're going to talk like this. So I did. And I was walking, me and my brother. Thank God I had a brother so I would get beat up by myself. And we came to school, and they was like, I don't say the N-word in front of a bunch of white people, no offense, because I don't want y'all to go back and tell somebody else the joke later and be like, and you know what he said? He said. And that, so, none of that. But let's just use your imagination. When I walked up with the briefcase, and they said, look at this, fill in the blank, here, with this briefcase, talking like this. And these kids, and my mom wouldn't let us wear sneakers or anything. We couldn't wear sneakers, we were just straight up dressed up. They call us church boys. And they beat us up and took our briefcases. My mom said I did it on purpose, and I was like, I don't get that. And she decided also that she was going to make me tougher than the streets. My mom's plan was like, she wanted me to be more scared of her than I was scared of the streets and the police. And she wanted me to, she had plans for me. So she started taking martial arts so that she could fight me, teach me how to fight. Me and my brother. And so she had this whole plan for who I was going to be and contain me in this little box, right? So whenever we got in trouble, she would make my brother get back to back with her. And one of us had to call it. So she'd be like, oh, what did you say? Hajime. She said, back to back. I'm like, all right. I get back, then she'd be like, call it. Then my brother would be like, oh God, no man, don't say it, man, don't say it. No, I'm sorry, man, I don't know what to do. Hajime. So my mom would just get, and she would just, take us down, whatever the case may be. And she would go through the neighborhood, she would grab people's pants and pull them up, and all this other craziness. So when I got to the neighborhood and realized I didn't know the vernacular of my compatriots, I asked them what they were saying, because I had never cussed before. Because I had never heard the N-word, nor had I cussed when I moved in the neighborhood. I didn't know the cuss word. So when they were saying something, I thought they were speaking a foreign language. So they were talking to me and like, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, excuse me. I don't understand what you're saying. Could you please repeat what you're saying, please? I don't understand. And they were like, what? I said, okay, wait, slow down. And I'll tell them my little notebook. And I was like, okay, how do you spell that? Mother. Suck my what? Son of a who? And then I was a good student, so I got home that night and I was sitting in my living room flipping through my notebook, and I was like, kiss my shit, mother beep. Kiss it, do it. And I was like, I was practicing because I was like, I'm gonna get this language. I'm going to school. Next week they're gonna know. And my mom, she came in the room And she was like, what did you say? And I didn't know it was bad, but I knew by how she reacted that it probably wasn't what I should be saying. And I'm like, I would have my little notebook and I would close it real slow. And I'm like, well, I slid it under behind me. Oh, she's looking right at me. And I slid that thing and I put it in there and she pulled it out and she started flipping. And her face started, and she was like, and then I found out my mom knew all those words. She knew them all. And she told me, using those words, to never use those words again. And then she called my brother and she said, tell me you know what time it is. Back to back. That's where it is.